Everything should be
Yeah.
good.
Okay, we're chilling.
Yeah, yeah. All
Can't believe
right.
no one speaks out loud. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, yeah. No worries, man.
I knew it. Yeah, I watched your commentary on YouTube.
Director's commentary with
It's
Bill.
pretty funny. Not gonna, it was pretty funny what the stuff that Bill said. It was pretty like I remember this one question. He was like, "So, what's your? Do you think you got good experience?" And then
Oh
he was
yeah.
just like, he was like, he was like, I mean, like people usually say that when like you have experience, but like it's not that good. And then he continues on by saying like, I don't know. It was really funny. I started laughing. It was funny.
Yeah.
He said a lot. Like,
Well, we didn't script that one either. We were just watching Captain Vietnam and then just talking over it. That's
Yeah. I mean, but like even if like you're normal talking, even if like this is not script, and like I'm probably not gonna say as much as like he did.
yeah, I mean, it was just like it was a pretty sudden thing. I'm not gonna hold it against him. Like I asked
Yeah,
him pretty much the day before, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm down." But
he's always down for anything.
yeah,
I could I could literally ask him. I could literally ask him 30 minutes before I do something. Hey, you want to come with me to this? And he'd be like, down. What else does he do? You know?
I mean, and it's not a bad thing, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, no. All right, wait. Can you hear the background noise? My brother's playing his like music and shit.
Nah, I don't hear anything.
All right, let's get started then.
All right. So first off, just introduce yourself formally to any viewers and how you worked on Captain Vietnam.
Okay. So my name is Tex the Win, and I helped Louis' film Captain Vietnam. My role was specifically the cameraman. I was trying to get those angles, and I was mostly used when we were doing the gym scene, and I did some of the voiceovers for Captain Vietnam.
That is true. That is true. We did some voice acting with you, and then also that gym scene. So you want to just talk about that gym day and just like how whack that day was, bro?
Well,
It's no, you can go.
the gym day. I mean, we woke up around like me and Louis woke up around like 4:30.
Yep, yep.
Was crazy. I mean, like I don't. I honestly probably slept for like 2 hours. I remember Louis texted me the night before. He was like, "I'm about to go to sleep," and it's like 7 p.m. But I don't. I'm pretty sure he didn't go to sleep at 7 p.m.
No, no, I didn't.
I
I
mean,
tried, but nah, it wasn't working out.
yeah. I mean, it was a pretty cool experience. It helped me a lot in more like I guess filming as a me myself who trying to go in a role of marketing while going to school. And since marketing is all photography, videography, and like all this other stuff, like it really gives me like to be more specific when it comes to filming. Because when it comes to filming, I just go like one shot, one shot, one shot. But like we go and try to get like that specific shot and make sure that thing is perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
And that one day when we were going at the gym, we had ways where there was things that we didn't plan for, like there's background music. So like I know that in Louis' film that he had to do like some sort of like background noise like after the gym. Like we didn't get to use gym noise. He had to go in like his garage and do it.
Yeah, yeah, I had to make up so much of the audio. Freaking the weightlifting sounds, the screaming sounds. It was the heavy breathing is so whack. But it worked out in the end. It's just the gym was blasting music. And it's like I mentioned this a lot in the other special features. It's just
Yeah.
blasting music and it's crowded at 5 a.m. That's when the gym opens and it's like it's got 30 people and they're all at the weight section. So we can barely get any shots in. We have to wait like 15 minutes every time just for people to get out the way.
Hey, but it turned out well though. I was surprised though because like I wouldn't think that many people would wake up that early to go to the gym. Like it was like straight when 5 o'clock open, we had a line, a row of people already storming into the weight area.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how gyms are. It's just a bunch of people. They don't like gymming when they know that other people are gonna be there. They just want to be the only one there. But a lot of people think like that, so it works against them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and a lot of it, being on Captain Vietnam helped me with the improvising because there were things that I'll probably be like, all right, let's give up and go back another day. But then I mean, that one day that we went, we only had a 1 day pass.
Yeah,
Like
the
it's
1 day
it's
free
all in or all
trial.
out,
Yeah, yeah, you just
all in or
gotta
all out.
pump it through. All right.
And lastly, I mean, like that was my first trial at that gym, right? And then who knows? 3 months later, I'll be buying like an actual gym pass to go to that gym and be gymming there for like 8 months until the whole COVID-19 hit and all gyms are closed.
Oh, oops. That sucks. You got 3 months out of it at least, though. Did they give
Yep.
you a refund on any of the other time, or like did they freeze your pass so that you don't waste up your months or something like that?
You just don't pay. Just don't pay.
That's nice of them.
Yeah. The only problem I had is that they have like an annual fee every year. It's like imagine they still charge you that damn annual fee even though that gym is still not open. But I'm pretty sure
Whack.
they shouldn't do that because the annual fee is gym is like $15 a month, but the annual fee is like 50. But it's only
Ew.
one time a year. It's crazy. Yeah.
Ugh. Disgusting. Blech. All right. What else? I had a question. I remembered it yesterday. I think it was like what else do you do in like digital media stuff or like just online video or photography, anything like that?
well, I mean, my early days and stuff, I would make these like little short YouTube videos. I mean, Louis would know too.
Yeah, yeah. We're both on that grind.
I mean, it was pretty cool. I mean, other than that, I mean, I started this little like kind of like side hustle business to make some extra money. So like I could just pay for like maybe just college stuff or like stuff like entertainment, I guess you could say. I started off with this. It's more just like photography stuff. I would take pictures of like people from like school dances or specific graduations and sometimes even weddings. I mean, like as of right now, no one's really booking anything because of like the whole, COVID-19, social distancing, all this other stuff, and like people don't really value pictures that much
Yeah,
nowadays.
yeah. You gotta set up like a kind of social distance wedding. You could probably get booked through that if you could set up some kind of creative solution.
Yeah, that is an idea. But the thing is, though, like I don't think that many clients would have though are willing to pay money to have a social distancing wedding because weddings are all like family, all of them together, all
Yeah.
the happiness. But
Yeah.
like, I mean, some people, might be one day I'll get one client at least.
Hey, yeah, that's true, but one more than zero. Makes you think.
Exactly.
All right, so that's cool. Wedding photos and school photos. And so is that like more photography side or like more video side or is it like a balance?
So in photography and video, like photography, people value pictures more because everyone's posting on Instagram and everything. For video stuff, it really depends. Stuff is more like memories and so like weddings is usually where I get my video clients and sometimes birthdays too, birthday parties. People value videos for that too, and I mean they pay pretty well. I just think that like they're really people. I just think that like video work, like you can see video work, like Captain Vietnam, like it takes so much work, editing, directing, all this other stuff, being creative, and how much time it spends on editing. It's just
Yeah.
that like value people don't value video as much as photo, but people realize that video work is just extremely way more than photos. Like it's
Yeah.
insane. like when you edit photos on your computer, it's just like, it's whatever on your computer. But when you edit a damn video on your computer, like your computer goes on like fire and stuff. It gets super warm and everything, especially when you export too.
Yeah, you got that whole timeline. It's like you're working on one single thing when you do Photoshop for a photo, but when you're on a video, you're working on like 10 different pictures or something like that. And then those come into like 10 different shots as well, and you just have to do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So you,
But I think,
no, sorry,
think
you can go on.
okay, yeah. But I think like the whole learning experience for all of this really helped me as like a marketer because I'm marketing. That's my concentration for what I'm studying for in university, marketing. And with marketing, everything is all like, social media stuff like Facebook, Instagram, all these ads, Google ads, Yelp, reviews, emails, all of everything. So like by having this like sort of like business, it taught me, how to market yourself and how you could help other businesses grow and your business grow it well, because that's like really what is important in this world, in this age of genre where, everyone's just on their phone.
Yeah, that's definitely true for sure. And it's like if you can't find a job right now, like how a lot of people are dealing with in COVID-19, at some point you gotta make make a way for yourself to make your own money.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Back to that marketing thing. If you had like any advice specifically, like one or two sentences that you could say to the people watching this right now, what would you tell them?
About marketing.
Or just like whatever you learned from Captain Vietnam, whatever you feel like, really.
All right. Um, so I think one main thing about, if I learned from Captain Vietnam about just marketing in general, is just to reach out to as many people as you can. Like, I mean, like Louis, he reached out to as many people as he can in order to help, and he just worked with the ones that agreed to help him with, right, Louis?
Yeah, that's true. I reached out to everyone I knew back from high school, and because I knew that like none of my college buddies would be down for it, and even for you, I knew that you would be busy, but I knew that if you could be helpful in some way, and any single day out of like the entire week or two that we spent making Captain Vietnam, I knew that like that help would be really helpful to me in any case. So, it doesn't matter how busy or how much that you think they might reject you, and it's like you should ask it anyways. And it's also just, it's nice to be invited to things, I think. So I make it a point to ask as many people as I can.
Yeah, and I mean, you if you never asked, like, how would you know if they would reject or accept you? You feel me?
Yeah, and I think as long as you make things the easiest they can for people to help you, then that really goes a long way in getting them to help you over and over. Because it's just like, oh, you just need me to hold this light for like an hour or two? Okay, that's cool. Or like, you want me to just press record or set up the camera? And it's like, that's cool too. It's like you get a lot of experts who it might feel like you're belittling them and you're sort of making their job too small for them. But for regular people, it's like if you simplify it down, I think they really like helping out when they can.
Yes, that's true. And I think there's one more thing I was gonna say. I remember I remember when I started like, more like this like little business, small business or something like that. Uh, I reached out to as many people as I can to give me a shout out on their social media, on their Instagram. And so like, I mean, word of mouth is pretty big and they can land you your couple clients and stuff. And it's crazy because if you provide like quality work and your clients like the stuff you see, like they'll get your name out. And I think word of mouth marketing is probably the marketing skill that I always advocate, because it's crazy how one person could say something and it'll reach to another people. And like it's just like sharing stuff on like social media. One person share will get you to another group of audience, and another person shares for you to another audience, and it just builds up. And like I think word of mouth marketing was literally how most people made money back in the day before this whole social media dynasty started.
Damn, yeah, that's true for sure. I never really thought about it like that. Yeah. For me, it's just more of you make something super good that people can't help but talk about it, but I never thought about getting people to actually talk about it, and I just really focus more on making stuff rather than getting it out there.
Yeah, I think it's also both ways. I mean, you have if you have good content, you're making good stuff, then people obviously once they see it, they're like, "Whoa, this is cool," and then they'll start sharing it. But then also you need a little bit more effort to maybe boost it up because like there's some people who are, let's say, on YouTube, they're posting some quality content, but their marketing is so bad to the point where like only a couple people could see it. When obviously if they spend a little more time on getting their name out there, they'll be doing a lot better.
That's true. That is very true. There are a lot of people out there on YouTube who could use some extra attention just based on the effort they put in. I definitely see
Yeah.
that for sure. Yeah.
And Louis doing pretty well too, Like he had this. I think he landed like some job because of Captain Vietnam, right? If that's correct.
That is correct. Yeah, I got a part-time job. Um, they called it an internship because it was supposed to only last for 3 months. They went on for another six. Um, and it ended up being like a super beneficial deal where I was getting paid 300 a month, and they also bought equipment for me and stuff. And all that just because I put Captain Vietnam on my resume, and the interviewer said straight to my face, like, I watch your video and I think, like, this is really cool. You should really start sending this out to short film festivals. So, yeah, we're gonna run with you, and, like, we're gonna see how well you can do with this marketing position. So, yeah,
Exactly.
that was a really crazy experience, but I've talked enough about that already with Bill in the director's commentary and in the other special features as well. Um, did you have like any similar experiences like that where, well, first off, I guess the question should be if you've put Captain Vietnam on your resume or other stuff like that.
Not exactly because I haven't got any roles where I'm doing related to film, and I've done more. I haven't really done any work that is outside of like the freelance type of work. I mean, obviously, in the future, if I do go to something similar where it needs like some form of directing, film, videography stuff, but yeah, I'll definitely put Captain Vietnam in my resume.
All right, yes, no, it sounds yeah, that sounds about right because I know it doesn't really line up with your side business and where you're trying to head into. But it's good to know that it's like I'm really surprised that you learned so much from Captain Vietnam. I was just kind of expecting you to say some random stuff, but
Some random stuff.
yeah, but you actually like learned you actually learned on how to manage film sets and how to better market yourself and stuff like that. And I'm surprised that Captain Vietnam taught you that because I mean I was just doing my own thing, you know.
I mean, anything I really do, if I spend time, okay, if I woke up at 5 a.m. for it, I'm definitely trying to get something out of it. Like even if it's not something like tangible, like something I could hold, but like if it's just like some learning experience I could use probably for the future or something.
That's a good outlook to have. Yeah, I
Yeah, yeah. That 5 a.m. wake up ain't fun, man. I'm telling
makes
you.
yeah make something out of that all nighter. Freaking All right. So any future plans? Like what's out there in the future for you? What do you want to try to get accomplished? Like in the next couple of months or so. Well, I asked that knowing that we're in a pandemic right now, but if we weren't in a pandemic, what would your future plan be?
That's interesting. So I was before all this, I was building a lot of relationships through LinkedIn, and I was trying to get into more marketers. So like I was, building connections with marketers on Google. Facebook. I was gonna reach out to Amazon, and then I realized the whole pandemic's coming, and it kind of stopped my kind of like flow because like I just realized that like we're gonna be locked in and everything. Like
Yeah.
obviously, like businesses, economies collapsing, all this other stuff. But I mean, this whole pandemic thing, like what really I was planning to do was hopefully, land an internship somewhere where I could gain some experience, in the whole like business marketing world. But I think the now with the whole pandemic, everything, I think my main really topic was just to, I guess, better myself. Like I'm practicing stuff on like, learning like to read more, practicing more on my like public speaking skills. I guess like, trying to like look better, like get more fit, work on my health and stuff. I've been walking like 10,000 steps a day,
Damn,
and
how are
like
you getting all
before
those steps in?
it's literally you set the time. I set my time at like 5:30, and then I get done by 7, and then that's around like 9,000 steps right there. Like I walk for like an hour and 30 minutes, and then like around 10 o'clock, I'll probably get in like some like cardio workout or anything.
You just
Just
you just going around the block, just out on the street?
yeah. I mean, like I walk for like 3 blocks. Um, it's just something I usually do, and it's pretty nice to go out for a walk. Some people prefer running, but like running's kind of bad for your joints on the long run because you're running on concrete and everything.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I hear that.
And other than that, it's just watching marketing videos on YouTube, and then maybe just like getting some experience, learning from other people, and building connections through social media. Like that's just probably like the way to go. Just improve yourself. So like once this whole pandemic is over, you come out as a better person.
That's a good outlook to have on it. Yeah, just sort of making the most of the fact that we're all kind of stuck inside with a bunch of people.
Yes.
All right. I don't think there's anything else that I had in mind to ask you. Is there any final comments you wanted to make?
A question for you
Yep.
about. So I think maybe you went over this in like the director's comment, but
Mm-hmm.
what like what was really your specific like job in that whole like internship that you've done?
Okay,
What did they make you
so
do?
um, going specifically, first they had me start out on like trying to make plans and stuff. And the reason why they have this internship is because they really don't have like a marketing officer or any sort of department because they're a pretty small company and they're like a real estate company. So they need someone who can like, they just pretty much need one guy who can come up with pretty creative ideas for how to get video ideas about this real estate company out there. Like what these guys do, it's they're not the real estate agent, they're not the guys that sell you the house, they're the mortgage lender. So they're the guys that make sure that when the real estate agent, locks down you and your deal on your house, that these guys can get you a loan through the bank so that you can afford it and that it's not gonna like hurt your credit or anything like that. And they're gonna like hook you up with a really good payment plan. Um,
Oh,
yeah, and
that's cool.
it was really cool working there because it's just like I didn't learn too much, but it definitely opened my eyes on like, oh, so that's how real estate works. It's not just like I want this house in cash. You know, there's a bunch of steps that go through it. Like buying a house takes it's a process of months or like years. And it's like it's not uncommon for it you to have to buy a house over years just because of how crazy all these like loan options get. There's a bunch of options out there. But anyways, so
Oh,
my specific job with that company was coming up with ideas for social media and just like where we could like expand upon. And that was like the first month. I spent all my time just like working from home or going up there to type out on an Excel spreadsheet I made myself, just sort of outlining like a marketing plan, potential video ideas. Here's what we'll need for those videos, like in terms of equipment, in terms of actors. here's who these videos will speak specifically to, here's where we should post them. And like I made a whole spreadsheet on that. The second and third months, um, the real second and third months, they pretty much just took a break on me, just mostly because they were getting flooded with a bunch of loans at that time. Because at that time, the interest rates, like they just went down to their lowest point, and so that meant they were getting a ton of opportunities for like a ton of business to get people to like, hey, I know your loan is this interest rate right now. I can get you another loan with a lower interest rate, the current interest rate right now, so you'll end up paying less money for your house over the long run. It will save you like 5,000 or 6,000 off your mortgage over 5 years. Um, and so when that happened, like I didn't really have much to do because if I just kept going on and working with this marketing thing, like they wouldn't be available to shoot videos with me anyways. Because it's not like I can just film myself. I'm filming them, you know. So it took until like 2 or 3 months, and then we got to the point where it's like, okay, things are slow enough, so now we can film videos. And then so they asked me like, what are you missing from your equipment? And I said, so I'm gonna need some lights if you want me to make you look like pretty decent, and look better than the competition. Because what they were showing me on Facebook and a bunch of that was that their competitors for these small mortgage lending or like real estate agents, they're just like doing Instagram and Facebook, and they're just like doing boomerangs or like short videos that are just clearly they ask someone on the street to like hold the phone for them and film them, and it's not high production value. Um, and so they wanted to be better than that, and so I gave them a list of equipment. They bought it for me, and my job from then on was filming them and like making sure it all worked out good. And then they realized I could film more videos if I got an editor, like a completely separate editor. So they asked if I knew anyone. I had my friend. I brought him on board. They paid me extra because like I got this separate editor to do it for me and to streamline the process. So I all I had to do from that point was just set up the lights and everything, get everything to look good, film it, and then send it over to my editor friend, and then he would edit it and give it back to me, and I'd give it back to them. And so basically, the first half was, I'm just doing all this crazy planning, and then the second half is that I'm just doing all the filming and all of this stuff to make them look good.
Yeah.
So yeah, did that make
Are you,
sense?
yeah, are you allowed to explain on how you were able to find these people?
So there's like it's different for every college, but there's on my college's single sign-on page, there's like this thing called Career Link. It's basically kind of like Indeed.com. It's just a website with a bunch of different job postings on like, full-time work at this place or part-time work at this place, internship at this place. And at this place specifically, it was a paid internship. And I looked at it, I'm like, that's pretty close to school. I could probably just pop in there right after school and just work part time a bit. And it was just like really good terms that I was seeing. And so I applied, and then they saw Captain Vietnam on my resume. They watched it, and then they brought me in. By the time that I had an interview, they just brought up Captain Vietnam right away, and they said that they were really impressed with it, and that's how I landed it.
Yeah, they should have put you in the video too. You were the main actor.
Yeah, yeah. I'm the only actor whose face shows up in it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, that's basically all the questions I have. Thanks a lot for having me on here. I hope everything goes well and smoothly with your whole video career. And I mean, in the future, if you ever land any gigs on like, I guess you could say like something like that real estate, just let me know. I'm always down to like just I guess get some learn to see what stuff you're doing, and it's pretty cool that you're continuing your film career, even though like some people don't even see like success in it because they think it's too hard. But like just keep grinding everything out, and eventually all this hard work will pay off.
Thanks, Tex. I really appreciate that. And also
Yeah,
same to
no
you.
problem.
It's like good luck with your career and everything in the photography and the memories sort of industry. And also, is there anything like you'd like to plug at the end of this, just to let the people know where to contact you if they wanted to use your services?
I guess you could just check me out on Instagram. It's just instagram.com/texnguyen, TEXNGUYEN. You can just check on there to see my photography work, and some links of like stuff I do and my weddings. And if you ever need any like sort of like photography or videography work, just let me know. Slide in DMs or give me an email.
Sick. Awesome. Thanks for coming on here, Tex. Really appreciate it. It was great following up with you. And again, thanks for helping out with Captain Vietnam.
Of
You're a
course,
pretty
man.
big help out there for sure. Especially on gym day. That was
Hey.
what a day. All right.
Gym day,
Well,
dude.
I'm gonna see you off right now. And I gotta get ready for the next guy I'm about to have on because he's on at 2 and it's
Okay.
1:43. All right. So
All
thanks
right,
for
man.
coming
Have a good
on.
one.
See you later. Have a good one too.
All right.